Orry, you have the floor.
Cool. I'm gonna talk about the bust of the oil and gas industry in the past like 6 months or so, and what causes it, who the big players are in this whole scheme of why the price of oil has just went right to the ground. So what made the prices plummet? It's kind of complicated because there's no like real hard answer towards it, but one of the main reasons is that the way we produce oil in Canada, Russia, United States, it's harder for us to get the oil out of the ground. And in Saudi Arabia and Nigeria and Algeria and all those countries, it's easier for them to get it out and makes it cheaper for them to pull the oil out of the ground and sell it at a lower price. So they control most of the market, and they can control prices at what they like when they sell it to other countries. The other countries will be able to buy it at a cheaper rate from Saudi Arabia and all those other countries than they would from us because of how much money goes into the process of extracting oil in our country. And to put it into perspective, roughly the Saudis probably use about $10 to $20 per barrel to produce it, whereas here it costs about $50 to $65 a barrel. And Saudi Arabia has so much more oil than we do. It's just sitting there that they haven't sold because of how cheap their oil is to make, that they can just kind of control the whole market and control fluctuations and whatnot. The repercussions of the low oil prices have been roughly about 35,000 jobs in oil field in Alberta have been taken away from people. There's a lot of big office buildings. Like I know there's a Synovus building in Calgary right now that's kind of just sitting there doing nothing because they had to shut it down, take everybody out of there, and a lot of people are losing their houses, their vehicles, because they're no longer able to make the payments they had. I think it's mainly because they were living outside their means. When you get an oil field job, you're getting big money. You can get those big $75,000 trucks, big houses, and it's not needed, but when they go and buy it, they're not really thinking about, the oil prices going down and affecting their jobs, and they're losing their jobs, so they buy it, not think, they lose it, and then they end up having to go and into smaller houses and refinance their houses and stuff like that. This has been the price of the oil in the past year. This year is October of last year, and we were at $85 right there. And usually when like our usual price of oil is 80 to 90, sometimes we'll get up to 100. And you can see it's just been going down, and it's been staying lower than $60 a barrel, which is terrible. They do say that it's supposed to come up, which is not the next slide. But people who do benefit from the low oil prices would be your motorists. Homeowners are seeing a lower gas bill, like savings of upwards of $750 on their gas bills, which is nice for people who don't work in the oil field, because they still have their high-paying jobs outside of the oil field. But yeah, and then here's some of the countries and how much oil they produce a day. The United States is at 13.9 million barrels a day. Saudi Arabia, 11.6 million. Russia, 10.8. China, 4.5. And Canada's at 4.3. And those are the top five. And I think they've been the top five in the world for probably the past 20 years or something like that, I think it said. And like it says here, the Saudis control the market over everyone because it's so much cheaper for them to produce than any of those other top four producers. So that's why, in reality, these guys they're the kings of the oil. Saudis, they rule it, just because of how much they can sell it for. And supposedly a lot of oil market prediction professionals say that the price of oil should start to come back in 2016. and hopefully by 2017 we can see $100 a barrel again. And I just checked; it was at 46.55, like 3 minutes ago. So yeah, we got a little ways to go, but hopefully it can come back and people can get their jobs back, because the economy's not doing too well because of it. And that's my my speech.